Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a lot of really interesting things to talk about Poppy Playtime series. As you know, during this period we are all waiting very carefully for the official trailer of Poppy Playtime Chapter 5, a trailer that has already been officially confirmed by Zach, the CEO of Mob Entertainment. So yes, the trailer exists, it is real, and we know that it will arrive in the next few hours. While we continue to wait for this important moment, today I want to talk to you about something that I think really deserves a lot of attention, because it might surprise many of you. I am talking about a remake of Poppy Playtime Chapter 1 that is coming, and it is something very different from what we would expect from a simple remake. This remake is not being developed directly by Mob Entertainment, but by a studio called Occulta Studio, which is working on a completely renewed version of Poppy Playtime 1. We are talking about realistic graphics, much more detailed, a definitely more horror atmosphere, darker, more unsettling, and above all, a style that fits perfectly with the latest official chapters of the game. Basically, it is as if Poppy Playtime 1 is being brought back to life, but adapted to the modern horror standards of the series, keeping the original soul while making it much scarier. In today's video, we will look together at the official screenshots of this remastered version. We will analyze all the visual details, the differences compared to the original chapter, and we will try to understand how much this remake could change the gaming experience, especially for those who have already played Poppy Playtime 1 in the past. Before we start though, as always, I ask you for a little support. If you enjoy the video, leave a like, because it helps the channel a lot. And if you are not subscribed yet, subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any news about Poppy Playtime, trailers, theories, and future updates. That being said, let's start right away, because what is coming might be much more interesting than it seems. First of all, let's start with the teaser trailer of this game, which you can see here on the screen. As I mentioned before, the game is called Poppy Playtime Remake, and remember, it is developed by Occulta Studio, not by Mob Entertainment. This means that, even though it is technically a fan game, the project is really well made and has huge potential. Watching the teaser, we can immediately notice how much the visual quality has improved compared to the original chapter. The atmosphere is much more horror, definitely darker and creepier, just as we would expect from the latest chapters of the series. The textures are much more detailed. Materials look more realistic, objects have a better finish, and the lights and shadows create a really immersive effect that increases the tension while exploring the environment. All of this contributes to making the gameplay experience more scary and engaging, without losing the identity of the original Poppy Playtime. On Occulta Studio's official channel, you can also find 2 more teasers showing additional previews of the game, with different scenes and small parts of gameplay. These videos allow us to get a more complete idea of what the remake will be like, and understand how much work has been done to improve and expand the original version of the game. Personally, I think it will be really exciting to try this remastered version of Poppy Playtime, especially for those who have already played Chapter 1 and want to experience the adventure in a more horror, intense, and realistic way. And it's not ruled out that in the future we could also make direct comparisons with the official Mob Entertainment version to see all the differences and evaluate which experience is scarier or more immersive. In short guys, this project is already attracting a lot of attention, and if the teaser is like this, I can't even imagine how the full game will be. Now I'm showing you some screenshots of the game here on screen so we can analyze everything more carefully. These screenshots are very important because they show exactly how the game will look, so they are not edited or modified images, but real scenes taken directly from the version currently in development. From these images alone, we can already notice many interesting details, and most importantly, they confirm the more horror-focused approach that we already saw in the teaser trailer just a few minutes ago. The atmosphere is much heavier, more oppressive, and it really gives that feeling of discomfort that a horror game should deliver. One of the things that impressed me the most is how the factory is represented in this remastered version. Here, the factory truly looks like an abandoned factory that has been left behind for years. The walls are damaged, dirty, with clear signs of decay, and in some areas you can even see weeds growing inside, as if nature is slowly reclaiming the place. Even the floor is worn out, broken, and uneven. And all of this helps make the environment feel much more realistic and unsettling. Just by looking at these screenshots, it really feels like entering a forgotten place, abandoned and left to rot, where something terrible happened and no one ever came back to fix anything. And this is exactly what increases the tension and makes the experience much more immersive. If we compare this to the official game by Mob Entertainment, the difference becomes quite clear. In the original chapter, the factory is empty and creepy, yes, but it is still kept in a certain order. The environments are relatively clean, there are no real signs of total abandonment, and everything still feels somewhat functional, as if the place had been abandoned not too long ago. In this remastered version, however, the approach is completely different. Here, the factory feels like it has been consumed by time, which makes the environment much more believable and far more terrifying. And in my opinion, this choice works extremely well to enhance the horror and the sense of isolation. These screenshots can increase curiosity for this project, because if the level of detail and atmosphere shown here will be the same in the final game, we might be looking at a version of Poppy Playtime Chapter 1 that is much darker and more unsettling than the original one. Now I want to focus specifically on this screenshot that you're seeing right now on the screen, because in my opinion it's very interesting. This image is set inside the cafeteria, an area that will immediately trigger memories for anyone who knows Poppy Playtime well. If we remember the original Poppy Playtime Chapter 1, the cafeteria was never an accessible area. The door was always closed and there was no legitimate way to open it during normal gameplay. It was there, right in front of us, but completely unusable. In fact, if we go even deeper, using mods or tools that allow us to fly around the map and pass through walls, we can discover that behind the cafeteria door, there is absolutely nothing. An empty space, no environment, no details, as if that area was never actually developed in the final game. In Poppy Playtime Remake, the cafeteria will finally be an accessible area, fully explorable. We'll be able to enter it, move around inside, and discover what's hidden in one of the most mysterious and discussed locations of the first chapter. At the moment, we don't know exactly how this area will be used. We might have to solve some puzzles, or it could be added as a decorative area, mainly to expand the world building and make the factory feel more realistic and alive. For those who have been following Poppy Playtime since 2021, this detail is even more significant. The most dedicated fans will remember that back then, there was a way to activate hidden developer areas. These were zones that were originally planned to be part of the game, but were later excluded from the final version and hidden inside the files. The cafeteria is one of these zones. This means that in the original concept, the cafeteria was supposed to be an official playable area, but it was later removed during development. Seeing it return now in this remake feels like recovering a lost piece of Poppy Playtime history. And before we wrap up, I just want to thank you all so much for watching this video and for the support you always show to the channel. If you enjoyed this content and found it interesting, don't forget to leave a like because it really helps the channel grow, and subscribe if you haven't already so you won't miss any future news, theories, or updates about Poppy Playtime. Make sure to stay tuned because as soon as we get new information, new screenshots, or especially news about the official Chapter 5 trailer, I'll cover everything right here on the channel. Bye bye.